So there are stories that was your banner one summer so Eddie bro. I hear all sports on YouTube. What are ma? Yeah, na was subscribe all sports cheats. Catch the unia. No song catch the unia. Now let's get good because a lot of things that we need to discuss now. Now me share notes na game ni be before I maybe stories na per se. Omuye game no na maybe come some kakra because in many bo na mesre kakra. Na evangelos de onu akasa no na epe won nuno ye dwuma na kama won na kontokwa safi ene papa net won od ni seguinity I felt for him because not number pa team wana enkan in fact ope one of the traditional clubs are never England pa not nam ka ho bi what I say but it is what it is when him say ene first time in 1966 at Nottingham for a boy European game. Espresso Santo na di team ya kwa na coach wa pa wakofa Ange Postecoglou diaba. Ange baye so far 6 games awabo. I consider by 12 goals because Arsenal won 3-0, Swansea won 3-2, Burnley the 1-1, One Rebetis the 2-2, and Sunderland be shared 1-0. And ne on the Midfielder etifie ama Midfielder abesha ne 3-2 che said Tottenham team need sorry Nottingham Hotspur team need die ajiegu around some Nottingham pa anyway yanka yan somewhere mesre ene deco ekosia agency FN Pro 11 SA meti am say mama kwahwehwem because me wan say okosia mo so munya ne den asem no e kire ma dwen so kakra say Pro 11 dey what I know about Pro 11 is say one of the agencies in fact they have good players Diego Dallo I wanna in fact he's under them Penyin Pan in fact Carlos Diamoda into most of the Portuguese players they are under this man Okay Horta Ricardo Horta boy na sese bobo de ma braha I know a lot of players into Deco koshia ma peden well I have been told this Deco Kokan a 19-year-old center back I find Gonzalo Oliveira interesting yes Deco Kokan has some center back Barcelona 4 person signing center back and preferably pay young players and again say Barca this is the size and the age the average age of the team very important to them because they say they want to build the team for the future intakwara no ma contacts any agent didn't come up yerim the outcome of the meeting of course the next video once I made baba say Barcelona will continue pursuing center back na say Barcelona for be den intia well or left-footed center back for be 19 years and away. What's as a Pro 11 for you? And see, I want someone we'll see what will happen. Deco. Well, Charlie, also one of the story be bro say, can I yield this or not? Matters at Chelsea for pay. As someone didn't come away, and I'm saying, me know the entire deal way I am come see come san. They say Juventus, I'm not sure they will sell because they say everything about Juventus goes through this boy. So how are they going to sell? But say Fab Akwaka I will interview bias say no cre say Chelsea for pursue this boy pa with serious interest because feel say boy a fantastic player na oba Chelsea obeboa but again Juventus how are you going to convince Juventus to sell you this boy? Well on say October 1st koso Germany for more festival or more fenia grow him say Hans Flick will organize a small party be almost so October 1st no and so Barcelona kromo into Germany for no say around Barcelona no tonsa at the from almost so almost celebration kakra into October 1st na koso Germany no Hans Flick and so organize bako eja almost so internet almost I am fan say me cry example be na me use what the news let me even say 6 match and yet direct example there but if I say 6 match Ghana phobia na Ghana for it UK so yes so organize independent day you understand no so so IBB sa well anti Hans so at the end of 2026 World Cup football I be so no and now no me mfonini e be kire say players now start a model and so our football no anti of course Adidas use so na players no and so at the model so this is Jude Bellingham who is saying make Adidas and some and for be a bar for Zinedine Zidane New York City is here at the moment. Now Zidane, wow. He said we you near if you born as some crowd. It's a senior man. He said I drink da bravo enjoy life. Hey. Yeah, was Zidane yes, Real Madrid let's go Madrid for scouts. Me no say let's go Madrid. Momrana mo me Juma Real Madrid na ye Juma dia let's go Madrid okay there. And just Real Madrid for form. Let's go Madrid for complaining some Madrid for semester. We say agreed in yedi. Team of the week Champions League. Team of the week Champions League, you know. Goalkeeper, Galatasaray for goalkeeper. Saka Kern. Afe right back, Dumfries. Left back, Nuno Mendes. Center halves, Eric Dyer. And Federico Gatti. Midfield 4, Hogg, Marcel Sabitzer, Martin Odegaard, Nicolas Pepe, any more for no Ramos Højlund, and Kylian Mbappe. So, when I saying I was saying can play be a drop in the free squad anymore, and I say you think that this is, ideal. And I don't know me catch out say Oko Uzbekistan or pay head coach for national team. No more contact Fabio Cannavaro. Matter say Cannavaro for what Cannavaro on any call for match out to me say you want to omeyo and say Fabio so also be you hey okay yeah Ality had for pe coach na matter say Sergio Conceição o ma contact na mo no so adwuma no nya obeyo jafu pe adwuma yo nti say adwuma no de oso onya obeyo pa. Meanwhile talking about Saudi Arabia and no decisions and some no Benfica for former sporting director papa ye friend Real Pedro Bras say of Saudi Arabia or joining Al Ahly see what me say yeah far place na yeah far penyufo ni nyina de account master of one money abre ain't see papa na Saudi Arabia Alexander Pavlovich buy Munchen for mo player na matter says say clubs and kese na wo Europe no master see show interest matter Manchester City matter Manchester United Manchester City for no the matter na say City for no feel say beyond Rodri no why na Eban saying Nico Gonzalez or trying to cry fine, but they are looking at other options. And more Manchester City, Edin Abata Pavlovich. Well, for Manchester United, you know very well, say, or more pay a defensive midfielder. And of course, Pavlovich, Edin Abba, make a buy Munch in Samono, or my catcher, Seginabri. And Leon Goretzka said, some extended contracts at the amount matches or markets or Matisu who. Enya dia enya sadia I won't forget to cry. And so Emma say na Bricra for instance takes around 18 million. But I want you for Sasika no go find away. Dabi omuni Sasika no. Enti Seginabri Leon Goretzka I was so much so market to so enya they should forget. Meanwhile I am being told to say Manuel Neuer the omema no contract extension no Luman Bugi Manuel Neuer we did 39 years. Yami Abdomo a March 27th Obeko 40 years oguso eda of course the form na ewo ho nti buy Munchen for say ombeso mo man contract extension esanso edeka ho well and one some no Paris Saint-Germain for no so may complain na me say adan asambe na esi omo say na omo supporters no ultras for no good stadium one Barcelona for no didi o matter omo de niema evidence abas ampa na Barcelona for no e yes, never unfortunately mean to me use today, but yes, it's a social video no in some power in terms of reports. Meanwhile, between the players, you know, said they are very far. Let me even tell you this. When we say a point, yes, Robert Lewandowski and Paris Saint-Germain for penyin Alkalaifi etna se edin common sa me pacho and chese or be called PAG. Yes, so they were just having a football conversation and Laporta joining conversation for to woman or call and he say ordinary to Laporta a ball PAG for Nabaso said. In fact, they have a very, very good team. Well, that is the story. And also Eba. Meanwhile, Matisse Brazil national team I catch a name and say Emmanuel Ho. Senyame do a drew match na okuta full fitness the ball now born you okay I'm the American national team you know it is a World Cup no power ni nyina so be stay fit na wabo ball no are consistent into you consistent now he's playing well na a drew match of course I'm the needing but say na yes so dey asanya bi de kum na ntwi that I say anyway Chelsea akwara bi am call no ho Brazil your friend Gabriel Make na obobo edema gremio akra we maka na asem no so ni ball ni bopa Chelsea for akwotena ho san sika na gremio for airpay sa 16 to even say 15 to 16 million Chelsea for so muntua ema Chelsea for jai chiredi Manchester Chelsea for Shakhtar Donetsk for esimochi say ye de akora yi oba be boa wo ha de ye betetel kaba ndi bra Gabriel, meaning say Shakhtar Donetsk for no betu esa sika de ne se omo what I say. Anyway, Dominic Szoboszlai and I'm so offer brand me say question. Fede Valverde and Matis Cunha obetu suwan or say Fede Valverde. Valverde Vitinha. Szoboszlai say Valverde. Sir. Valverde Martin Odegaard or say Valverde. Valverde versus De Jong or say Valverde. And I was okay. Valverde versus Luka Modric or say Obefa Modric and then Obefa Modric. And I'm so Modric versus Iniesta also Obefa Modric. Modric versus Andre Pello also Obefa Modric. Modric versus Kevin De Bruyne Obefa Modric. And a Modric versus Gattuso also Obefa Modric. So he say yeah. What I say. Valverde the say according to Dominic Szoboszlai no offer Valverde over Vitinha, Odegaard and Frankie De Jong. Anyway, Mr. Bastona, congratulations because my handball team, you know, Omo winning handball club World Cup. Hey, it's the Chelsea for Aji football when the Barcelona for handball no so Aji. Well, congratulations, make congratulations and some no Charlie Crystal Palace for almost so first ever European competition, of course, and then Conference League Crystal Palace for ya dear papa. They say. Palace ankasa like joke nkofo no mo form hey Unim say Amakosha Dynamo Kiev for by 2-0 and the crab bonus Sosa the red card make game you know but still now they managed to win the game Munoz and a ball goal and a dinketia and so Eddie back account now say Omako 19 games unbeaten wow Crystal Palace omunya big club Oliver Glasner, Papa, no, are being too much. 19 games unbeaten for Crystal Palace. Hey, Master, let me give you a context because clubs in a show beer, first European competition for Manchester United. Their first European competition was 1956-1957. Chelsea first European competition, 1958-1959 season. Of Hampton Wanderers, Burnley, Mamisha from Tottenham, the 1961-1962. Arsenal first European game, 1963 to 1964 season. Anyway, Liverpool ball 1964-1965 season. Okay, Manchester City 1968-1969 season. Newcastle, so the same year, normally Manchester City for the boy. Recent times today, Fulham for Bournemouth 2002-2003 season, and Fulham for Bournemouth. Okay, Brighton ball 23-24, and at the recent time, and of course, and Crystal Palace for so 80 a beer punono a day amao. Well, make us European titles. Remember no. They were Jakes, when you Champions League in Afra European titles. Liverpool 9, Chelsea 6, Manchester United 5, Tottenham 4, Arsenal 2, Leeds 2, Manchester City 2, Nottingham 2, and West Ham United almost so ewo 2. And see, that is the context. And then now Michel Roma game no mobile and Lel. Roma Timisha Yamienim SL penalties Mako miensa on the spot. Dovbek Negdin can't ball penalties and refuse master goalkeeper Uza. We pay into Yen Sambo Fufro. Now Dovbek a sanswa for ball, no a sanswa bobo, no goalkeeper channel. Hey, Benifos Dabi goalkeeper Sansu Pineche say. Atwasum you know, Nina no was saying, and now on Sidabi. Dovbek, Kojan Chamber before from Bebo penalty. And a Matthias Sola, Ebejinaho. On also boy, na goalkeeper na sachi. Let's just say on the spot, 3 penalties Nina no. Yeah. Wo. Frankie de Jong say ni rep no. Lawyer Sebastian Lederi. Yes, so far Barcelona for no so mo bona basu ye pa kwan negotiations between omo and Frankie de Jong esia kono omo da na see pa because previously na boy ni agents and of course Ali Dance and say no ye o hadwen papa baba ende but the new lawyer Sebastian by ni dwuma no akoso kama Cole Palmer and so onka the best 5 aside team. Best 5 aside team for Cole Palmer. And I'm so free. Okay. Master flow near your way. Cole Palmer. Hey, no idiot. Wafa Tibu Kutua. And offer Lionel Andras Messi. And offer Neymar. And offer Ravel Morrison. And offer Nwanga Sani Mukau. Dear din kan Cole Palmer one for Ronaldo Aden. Masa, sheyo Cole Palmer no one for Ronaldo anka ho. What the Ravel Morrison? Me pa choma munim Ravel Morrison no home. What him say in 2008, I mean Kai story no cra. But boy no, say Alex Ferguson cracker say the new star so no that time na sad then also ohun akoda or what talent sir but suban no nam for those days bicycle dey for BMX no mu di nam krom no mu di of near cheno near the call post station just say suban. Honestly players na ne Ravel Morrison bobo ni nyina sa period ni nyina no obi aboboy ni din say talents are a wasted pious boy no ntenye me won say Cole Palmer dey di aka because enkwada na omunyi ya na omo hwe England ball ni nyina obi every single one mention system. The last time I was listening to Roy Ferdinand say a lot of good things about this boy. Popoba can good things about this boy so football ochini Ravel Morrison okwaya ko Italy nyina fi ball na for talent no ni ball brutal. Say England ni pa na right can left can but intimi ankosiaga. In fact Cole Palmer with all due respect David wait there. Yes so I say oh no ni ball and went to me mpia untimi nya 5 aside now win you Ronaldo frame ujafo Danny Ceballos when ya 150 wins for Real Madrid. 150 wins for Real Madrid. And no omo present Jason Ediamano. Meanwhile, say on say Madrid for ni BMW for no was sponsorship into no. Players no ya present omo car Edimamo. Afina sanso aso bio. Players no ya di omo cars edi abromo. And of course Kylian Mbappe for BMW iX3. And now on also a fight ya present cast no e dey am place no move feel you place the feel brutal and Alfonso Davies was started training but on a team 9 group training and there o true me kasa na uja for 2 years internet just say well hopefully maybe in November you be who say but Alisson Becker Liverpool unfortunately Alisson Becker at Nefie for 6 weeks Alisson Becker and so ball and from Liverpool. That is very, very unfortunate, eh? Alisson Becker wants some to know. But for who go Kitike Matis and what on Yami Duma, Liverpool Chelsea game, no, a Kitike Ebebobi, and Kim in Jai when training our Bayern Munchen. What I've been told is say our slight discomfort kakra in Timpenu for a man and training. No, Chinabi was Sanso Aquaco Prama Prano, Aquaco, yes, Cassia. What him say weekend, Ruben Amorim Ebebo game number 50. Game number 50 in all competitions. Now, we consider 75 goals, just like we've been telling you. So, game number 50. And let me do okay. 9 wins in the Premiership, 7 Premier League drawn games, 17 losses. So these are the Premier League statistics. Nyame adoma 50th game the uja funti me endure rough. We cried there against Sunderland. Enya de hu bia kwana kwasha wo mo na ja excuses nsem no bia ni obeso so want I say. And now make catch say Thomas Muller say waje titles makoma 35. It makes him the most decorated player in the German, football. Well, makwashi shemu expanded at the amount. So this is the full table. 35 trophies I account for Thomas Muller. No. Tony Cruz enya 34. Mano Noya sese kuta 33. Akwa betimi age. Abetrano. You go buy Munchen there. Some major trophy. Jerome Boateng kuta 27. Schweinsteiger kuta 26. Oliver Kahn 25. Ja 24. Joshua Kimmich 23 trophies. Philip Lahm 22. Anna Ulrich Ewo 22. Akwewe on more board it's a bench no tio sa Stephen Ulrich no or it's a bench sa the winning trophies. Hey we say hu pa o hwe Karl Heinz Rummenigge say okasaya muntio o epanyin hair football no wedi achiache inti so okasa papa panyin kasa muntie no na bebo mo se football no se na transfer no musi eye no na motototo place abode no so tumfo amunyai yen twa so na dachi bi sade na mpanyifo ye no so mo ahwe no mo ntwa so a ebe say football because o se nan sen o hwe bo na amanfo de tototo city through premiership for se ne o mu city sika no da bi enye sustainable kra na o ma ahwe no mo ntie na football na football no se sia no mo be yo no de a mo ahwe ne ya ebe gi egu yo nti papa na football kakra ono so ede amano no se wedie em se chi se mpanyifo ni tie o but clubs no be any obefa what asem wedie efutuo ne de aye na mom so mo befa and only asem no something which is there mama fa mu nyine nsi ha na men sanso mbra biom fafo from bro adios bye bye.